Good morning, everyone. It is July 7th, and I thought it'd be a good day for an update. So, start over here where I always start. Back here, I have my potatoes. They're not looking very good. I don't know, these leaves, I don't know why they look like that. Is that some kind of disease, or they're just supposed to look like that? But anyway, I'm not too hopeful that too much is growing back there. It only gets like 4 or 5 hours of sun anyway. This was worth a shot. Have plenty of volunteer tomatoes that came up back here. No idea what they will be. I think I had some cherry tomatoes last year. Maybe that's what these will be again. Got my celery one seed. Started that last year, so it's in its second year. And looks like I'll have a ton of seed. I'm going to take this weed killing fabric here. I think I'm going to go over this whole area here. Try to kill everything here and get started again next year. Still got a little green onion here. It's in its second year. Don't know if that would be any good to eat or not. There's my kale. I actually got like 30 kale seeds. I should have thousands and thousands and thousands of them, because I get tons of pods, but then they fray open as they dry out, and then the seeds just go everywhere. But this whole thing was nothing but seeds. Didn't get any off of that one. So 30 kale seeds though is plenty for me. Don't need 30 kale plants. Here's the main garden. Trying to keep up with the weeding on this. This end section is mostly squash. Did have a volunteer tomato plant come up. Starting to put flowers on. And I had another volunteer there, so I just let them go. I think they can grow well with squash. And I also have a red bell pepper. 3 of them growing there. I should probably take 2 of them out because they're just too close to each other. As far as the squash goes, I don't have a lot of squash growing yet. This actually looks like it's got one starting. It's good to see. It's my first one of that variety. I guess like a yellow squash, kind of grows like a round kind of ball, I believe. Here's something that's vining. I have no idea what this is. Kind of growing like a butternut squash. So that'll be interesting. These are my green squash, I believe. I know they are. I got one I need to harvest today. Looks like maybe another one down there that could be picked in today or tomorrow. This one doesn't really have anything on it yet. It's got the first one just growing right there. So lots of pretty flowers. Got my corn stalks. They're looking big. Got one there and one there. Like I said, just 2 of them. I don't really expect to get any corn. This is one of my volunteer tomato plants, and I got 3 of them like this. They're kind of weird because they grow like a bush. They're not growing with one stem. They're growing in like a bush-like fashion, so don't really know what's going on with that. This is my Gregory Altai tomato. Not doing that great. Hope I can get a few off of there. Got a vine going here. I believe this might be cantaloupe. I've got one on there. It's either cantaloupe or this new melon I bought from Burpee. And in the middle of it, I got a bean bush here. We'll see if those grow. And one of my most frustrating plants of the year is this cucumber bush here. And as you can see, it's planted here, and it comes up here. It's coming up here. That doesn't look good. It's growing up this string, it's growing up that string, and then it's growing up that string and that string. And at every leaf, a cucumber has started, every single one. And almost every single one of them died for the first 2 weeks. I probably had 30 of them start, and they all died. Luckily, they are starting to. I hand pollinated some, and that seemed to help. But now it seems like they're finally catching on themselves. They're starting to grow. Never grown this variety, so I don't know when to harvest it. Looks like we got another one down there. It looks like this one's going to start producing, which is a relief. Here's another, I believe, melon plant vining all over the place. And I just saw in here. Yep, there's one there. I looked through this yesterday and saw a few melons growing, so that's got me excited. Kind of have a deer problem, so I put up this fishing line. I don't know if you can see it there. Try to deter them. Hopefully they don't see it and walk into it and run away. Let's see if I can find you any other melons down here. I know there's more. Yep. There's one. There's one. There's one back here somewhere, but anyway, so that's my melon. Another bean bush there. Bush bean. Some more deer damage. Looks like they topped off this one. There's another one of those growing like a bush more than a vine. Here's my sunflowers that the birds planted for me. I had some bird seed out, and all they did was knock them to the ground without eating them, so I saved 2 of them. Got one there. I got that one there. Got a little pepper plant there. Now all these here are all my beefsteak tomatoes. They're doing pretty well. And this one over here, let's put on quite a few. This one, it's got a few on it. I've been trying to keep up with the disease on these, and it's actually working this year, so. This one's getting big, but not many tomatoes. Matter of fact, those might be the only 2. Oh, nope, there's a couple down here. A couple big ones. This one here has got a few on there. This is the most productive one. It's got a lot of tomatoes on it. Some there, some down here. Batch going there. Here. So this one's doing really well. This is my eggplant. It's doing pretty well. Slow starter, but looks like I got 3 of them growing now. Maybe 4. Got a little guy back there. Kind of excited to be eating these. Another one back over there. So those will be good. Hopefully the rodents don't get to those before I do. Another pepper plant within the weeds. Another cucumber down there. It's good to see. So that's pretty much the main garden area. Gotta have a heart trap here. And honestly, since I set it, I haven't had any problems with any rodents at all. It's my lemon tree, not doing very well this year. It's got 1 melon here, or lemon here, here, 1 here. But you know, at this time last year, this thing would have been covered in flowers. I'm not really sure, maybe it needs fertilizer or something. And here's my row of container gardening, mostly container tomatoes and habaneros and jalapenos. So they're doing pretty well. My wife read that you put bananas in a mason jar and soak it in water for a few days, that the plants love them, so been trying that on a couple of these. This is the one of them here, and it actually started putting on a lot of tomatoes a couple days after I started that, so maybe there's something to that. Okay, got some habanero, another cherry tomato plant here. Back there is not doing too hot, but it's in a really small container. And my container peppers did great this year. Putting on a lot of flowers now. I don't really have many peppers, but they're just starting to get one there. That's habanero. Don't need a lot of habaneros, but I do like to make a whole lot of hot sauce and give it away to my friends. This is a jalapeno plant. Jalapeno. And I believe that's an habanero, but I'm not positive on that. Got my raspberry canes back here. These won't produce until I believe August. I cut out all the ones. They're supposed to put on fruit in the spring and the fall, but I cut out all the ones that were going to produce in the spring because they just didn't look that good. Here's my other cucumber plants. This one also has a cucumber going. It grew like this, but I don't know if that kind of stopped growing. I'm not sure why. It's starting to put on a lot more cucumber flowers. Ants have been working hard over here, so I'm hoping they're doing all the pollinating. So many cucumbers. If they would all pollinate and grow, I wouldn't be able to give away enough cucumbers. And unfortunately, that's not the case. I'm tying up string for it to climb up. More raspberries. Peas are done for the year. The only ones I have left, I'm trying to save the seed on, wait till they dry out. Got my onions growing in there. Some of them are working, and some are starting to bulb up some. Some of them not so much. But, you know, they were in the kitchen and started to sprout, so I just planted them. My purple bumblebee cherry tomato plants way behind. They grow fast, so there's still plenty of time to get some of those this year. Got my garlic, just waiting for it to fall over. The stems are looking really healthy. I don't know what's going on under there. Hopefully they're growing. But there's been a lot of weeds growing around them too. Got my carrots. Seem to do very well this year. I'll be maybe digging them up today and freezing them for my hot sauce. Like a volunteer tomato plants with some pepper plants. Now most of these I'm not sure what they are. I planted so many different varieties, I don't even know what came up. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of peppers come off of these if they have time. I mean, honestly, it's what, July 7th? This is how big they should have been indoors in February. So it may be a lost year for me on the pepper front. And I know these over here are all habaneros. So didn't get much done down here this year. Any asparagus. This is from, I tried seeds and only one came up, and I guess asparagus spreads underground. So if I could clean this up, I could have a nice little asparagus patch going. I need to work on that. Got some tomatoes in here, but the weeds are just going to take over and choke them out. And some pepper plants. Not really sure what they are. I know these two are red bell pepper. And I'm not sure what these two are. They could be red bell pepper, jalapeno. I don't even know. And a couple tomato plants. I believe those are the purple bumblebee cherry tomato ones. Well, anyway, that's my update for now. Things are actually starting to grow. Might do a harvest today or tomorrow. Maybe do a harvest video digging up the carrots and cutting some cucumbers and zucchini. But here it is, early morning in the garden. Alright, Thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions or any advice for me, just let me know. Leave them in the comments. And if you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see everyone next time.